I worry about a lot of trivial stuff, but I won't realize it's trivial until months later when I'm worrying about the next thing. Recently, I've been doing some thinking on what it is that keeps me grounded, since September has historically been the hardest part of the year for me. The weather turns to trash, I go back to school, new schedules, new commitments, new courses, Halloween, which is the only dope part of autumn, is still miles away. All these new things coming at me left and right just remind me of something I worry about a lot, which is the uncontrollability of life and the unpredictability of it. It's hard for me to take that, for the most part, life is a total mixed bag, and I never know what's coming my way. I've had and have my outlets, music and the piano for as long as I can remember, making videos, consuming media like an insatiable media monster, and keeping myself busy with other projects. But one of the outlets that has been crucial to me these last few years has been exercise. Now, I'm not a jock or anything, I'm not a meathead. At the time I was doing some cardio and a mix between gymnastics and martial arts, but if you had told my previous self that I would become a gym frequenter, I would have shadow clone jutsu'd into the next realm to avoid that awkward conversation, but somehow my friends managed to convince me into going, and after a couple weeks of being dragged into that sweaty and salty facility, something clicked. And when I was in the gym, I just kinda zoned out. The only thing I had to focus on was my breathing and all the extra music I now had time to listen to. But most of all, I finally felt like I had control over something. Whatever I could do in the gym was a direct result of the work I put in. It was so simple. If I work hard, then I will see results. If I don't work hard, I won't see results. You know, maybe that's not exactly the smartest way to go about things, but it's what motivates me. And unlike life, which has a knack of taking that principle and putting it through a meat grinder, the gym made that a constant, and I could depend on it. I had a leg injury in March, half a year ago. My range of motion was severely limited, and I basically couldn't do anything without feeling some kind of pain. Long story short, I went through some pretty intensive physiotherapy, still have checkups to this day, which basically involve having needles put into my leg and then electrocuting them. During the first 4 months of my injury, I basically couldn't do anything except walk, but even that was painful and had its fair share of problems, which means not only did I lose my ability to exercise, I lost my ability to meditate, to just chill out and not worry about anything. My other outlets like music, in all honesty, mean much more to me than exercise, but the way I'd describe it is, it's kind of like ordering amazing sushi when you're craving pizza. It just itches a completely different itch. To make matters worse, summer was starting up. I had a lot of plans that involved me, being outside, so anticipating a notorious summer neuroscience course with a reputation that preceded it, the thought of spending summer indoors and feeling like I'd never walk again properly, I felt well and truly out of luck. One of my childhood games. It was the first game I ever owned for the GameCube, along with the SpongeBob SquarePants movie video game, and the GameCube was my first console. I got it over the holidays. Man, I played the hell out of this game. I mostly played against CPUs since I had no siblings to play with, and even if a friend came over, I'd still only have one controller, but I still had a blast. Classic mode, home run contest, target test, all-star mode. Even just staring at the trophies I earned. I did it all for hours, honestly. On a particularly glum night in early summer, a good friend of mine, Astrozyst, and a friend of his hit me up. I think that night we played about 4 hours, and the next night we played another 4. The next day, I ordered a GameCube controller from eBay, had it shipped from Japan because I wanted it to be the best quality. They beat the shit out of me. Man, I was awful, but every time I came back and I got a bit better, I noticed that familiar itch being itched. It was seeing progression after putting in work. Eventually, Astro and them would stop playing, which was sad, but eventually I'd find others who would be willing to play, and I kept noticing myself improving with every session. It was the spiritual component of exercising that I got back. I couldn't do anything because of my leg, but seeing my work yield me results helped me get over how completely sad I was without exercise. I finally felt like I had control over something again. However well I did in Smash was a direct result of how much work I put in. It was a closed environment, not affected by the complexities and uncertainties of the world. It was so simple again. If I worked hard, I could improve and have something to show for it. And I think that's one of the best feelings anyone can have. I started practicing techniques. I'm talking dash dancing, tech like short hops, and for my space animals, short hop lasers, the wave dash, the works. I decided to pick up a main, Falco, and a couple others, Fox and Sheik. Now look, I'm still not an amazing Smash player, okay? But I'm visibly much better than I was before, and I can do some decent stuff from time to time, I'm just saying. Just like
that's a good point, yeah.
Can be kind of...
Oh wow, that was nice. 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 Damn! Feel like...
For about a month and a half, I've been able to start exercising again, and I'm making progress in my training. I still don't go too hard on the legs, but I've been able to reintroduce light jogging without feeling much pain or discomfort. I'm looking forward to building back to where I once was, because to me, that's the point of the whole thing. I still have time for Smash, and I believe the two can coexist, and they do. Of course, I still get absolutely stomped on by a lot of people who are better than me. And I still self-death a lot.
I probably learned a lot about my issues, actually.
But that's okay, because getting better at something is a journey, and most importantly, I'm having a hell of a lot of fun again.
Good chow. Good chow. Kabazinga.
You having fun? You having fun there, Mika?
No. No.
Hey.
A 2. Worth it. This is all I ever wanted.
Wow, nice. Oh, I didn't die, mother. I'm not dead yet. Oh, okay, now I'm dead.